Hey everyone, Rick here, and folks, welcome to my dungeon. And here it is, folks. We are done. Thank you so much to those of you who joined the live stream. So, for those who don't know, this video I split up into multiple parts. I did when I got the packages, unboxing the pieces from the packages, doing a impromptu build. This is just a 100% improvised on the spot, throw the pieces together build. Took about an hour and a half. So I live streamed the unboxing, I live streamed the build. Thank you to everyone who joined in on that. That was a lot of fun. And this is what we came up with, folks. It was over 50 pounds of Dwarvenite, the vast majority of which are these vaulted dungeon pieces. I picked up 5 Zaltar's game room sets, 5 starter dungeon sets of those vaulted dungeon pieces, several passageway packs, and I did dabble in the castle too. So I'm not sure if I'm sticking this clip right at the beginning. I probably will, because I think obviously this is what everyone wants to see. But if you want to see me unbox this stuff and what all of this looked like originally, check it out. Otherwise, here are all of my leftover pieces. That's right, I still have a lot of leftovers. Most of these, though, are the passageways. I need to come up with better ways to use the passageways. I used a lot of the straightaways, so you know, the pieces that look, oh, I don't want to take that apart, but just some of these, you know, pre-made straight passageways, but those angled passageways that give us the ability to make these T intersections and whatnot are so awesome. So what do we have here? I don't even know what this is called. I'm just blown away by the LEDs. Just watch those flicker. On the camera you can see them flickering, but obviously in real life it's not that bright. It is so much better looking in real life. So here we have Dole, who has just entered whatever this may be. And we have, obviously, I love starting off with several options of ways to go. And of course, again, this build, I should say, is entirely from the Dwarven Forge Restock Order Part 1 that just arrived today. So of course, I don't have some of my other Dwarven Forge dungeon dressings and stuff like that. Everything you see on this table, apart from Dole, is a Dwarven Forge product that I picked up on the restock. So, back to the build. Some of these accessory pieces we do have are those amazing weapon racks, the table, the treasure piles, and the throne. We have even some passageway traps, like that swinging blade trap. We have the spiked floor trap. I love that skeleton in there. That is just so freaking cool. We have various doorways, double doorways, some of these cool floor pieces, amazing corner wall pieces, hidden doorways that look just like regular old walls until you discover the secret to them. I mean, good Lord. There's so much in just these few sets, and just throwing them on the table together, you get inspired and come up with some fantastic builds. Again, this was just, you know, something I decided to throw together that I felt looked pretty sweet, and it turned out fantastic, though I have to say I'm still absolutely in love with this little watchtower. And it's technically the small watchtower, but I mean, come on. You have, there goes the flag, but there's level 1. The door actually opens. The spiral stairs leading to level 2. Entry points and exit points all around. Take off the crenellations on the top to get to level 3, where there was that ladder that I had in the trapdoor up above. And again, that cool flag. You could do your own design on there too if you wanted to. All of this pre-painted if you're not familiar with Dwarven Forge. I mean, look at it from this angle. Every angle you look at this dungeon from is just gorgeous. Look at those flickering torches. Do I dare? I did this in the catacombs. Do I dare shut the light off and see how much light these are giving off? Because it is dark out. It is like midnight here. Holy smokes. Look at that. This is my first time seeing it too. I just wanted to be quiet for a minute while we watch the LEDs flicker. You got to admit, that is so cool. That is 100% cool. Where's the light? There we go. Oh my gosh. Absolutely fantastic. I said this was part 1. I have a few other sets coming. I did not use my terrain trays on this. I picked up 5 of these terrain trays. Part 2 has another 5. So 10 terrain trays total. I got the ones that had the stone on one side, lava on the other side. The lava looks fantastic, but I mostly got these just for the stone. But I got 10 of those. I got a bunch of the LED pillar posts coming, and also a couple of cages sets coming. But otherwise, this was everything from this, with some leftover pieces. We have a couple doors. We have some accessory pieces. We have some trapdoor floors left. Obviously, I went with the torches on the walls, but we do have all of these serpent head orb pieces as well to plug in for the LEDs. Those are the empty boxes, but I mean, look at it, folks. My gosh, it's like you could just stare at it forever. Stay tuned, because I am now going to go into unboxing all of this and how it looked when it first arrived. Then I show off the gigantic pile of Dwarvenite, because this turned into this after about 20 minutes of sorting through pieces. And then we get started on the build. So that is up right now. Hey everyone, Rick here, and folks, it is Dwarven Forge Restock Day. That's right, last week or the week before, they had a big restock, and so I picked up, this is over 50 pounds of Dwarven Forge. I honestly can't even remember everything I picked up, because I kind of wanted to surprise myself when things came in. I do know that there are several of the same set, because my main goal with this restock was to get a bunch of the vaulted dungeons. I missed out, well, I didn't necessarily miss out, because I actually did back it. The Dungeon of Doom Kickstarter, but I only backed it for like 10 bucks and never actually did anything in the backer kit. Just because, well, we can go into that at another time. But now I'm catching up on missed opportunities, and I picked up several sets that include pieces that were released in that Dungeon of Doom, as well as a bunch of other things also. So like I said, this is going to be over 50 pounds of a Dwarven Forge. I actually have another package coming, because I made a second order as well. That's coming, I believe, on Friday, but it's actually just more of what you're going to see here, in addition to a couple other sets of cages. I picked up 2 sets of cages, but I figure I don't want to wait, you know, for that, just that little extra to show up, because I wanted to unbox all this today. Okay, here we go. Box number 1. Here's a whole bunch of stuff. So, for example, here is a set of these LED pillars. How cool are those with those lanterns on there? And we'll crack open some of these as well, just to show you what the actual pieces look like. Another lantern set. And so on Friday, I picked up 3 more of these, just to give myself 5 of these. I heard they were going fast, so I picked up 2 in this order, 3 more in a future order. And I'll put a link or a timestamp in the description or as a pinned post to starting to unbox each of these. So those of you who just want to skip the part where I'm just pulling boxes out of boxes can skip ahead. Doors. So there's a bunch of new fancy Dungeon of Doom doors. We also have... What even is this? Is this a starter dungeon? I believe this is the starter dungeon. So this is just a square room, 5 floors, 7 straight walls, 4 corners, a door, and a treasure pile. And I picked up 5 of these. So that's 1. Here's 2. Here's 3. Oops. Here's 4. And here is 5. 5 of those. And then, I assume this is a packing slip. Yes, indeed. Then we have, what is this? These are passageways, I believe, passage pieces. So some of those flat walls, interior and exterior freestanding corners, some floor pieces, but also a spike trap. So that'll be cool. That's going to be my first Dwarven Forge spike floor trap. Then a couple sets of these straight passageway sets. So there's 10 straight passageways in each of those boxes. Here is another set of those passageway corners. You can make T-intersections, crossroads, all sorts of things. Can't remember what this one was called, but this is also a passageway set with the freestanding walls. But this also came with some of those swinging blade traps. And so I got some of those swinging blade traps as well. And then 5, man, these are heavy. 5 of the stone floor with lava on the back terrain trays, because all these Dungeon of Doom sets, the floors have magnets on them now. So now I'm finally entering the magnetic age of Dwarven Forge. So I picked up a bunch of the terrain trays. Thankfully, one of the ones that restocked has the stone floor on one side, which is what I want. There's lava on the other side. Don't necessarily care too much about that. It's mostly the stone side. I have 5 in this order. On Friday, another 5 are coming in because I want to be dropping in rooms all over the table with those terrain trays and the magnetic pieces. All right, now we got a bunch more stuff in box number 2, including 5 of Zaltar's Game Room. This was just a fantastic set to give you a little bit of almost everything that the Dungeon of Doom sets had to offer. It has the vaulted walls. It has the the LED pieces. It has a bunch of little accessory pieces and some traps as well. So really excited about those. We got 5 of them in here, as well as, oh my gosh, this is my first foray into castle. I also picked up the small watchtower from the castle set. I've never had the Dwarven Forge castle pieces before, so I'm really excited about that. I just picked up the small watchtower to give those a shot. And then there's gonna be, I think that's gonna be it, 4 more of Zaltar's Game Room. And yeah, that is what I picked up from the Dwarven Forge Restock. So if you want to stick around and see what is in, I'm going to open up maybe one of each, and we can take a peek at what's in each of these, and we will be back. All right, we have everything unboxed, and it is time to crack open something. So where do we want to begin? Let's see. I am so interested in these little LED lantern posts, to be honest. Let's start right here. So here we go inside, and these are actually taller than I thought they were, which is fantastic. They are like actual straight lantern size. So here is the post itself. Love the ring details on 3 sides, and then the plug in there. Pull this out because we are going to want to turn this thing on right now. There is a little switch here on the side. If that'll focus. All right. Here are the little lanterns, which are freaking adorable. I'm just gonna grab one of these and pop it on in here. Like that. Oh, how handsome is that? And then here we go, moment of truth. Yes. Look at it flicker. How amazing is that? That is so freaking cool. Oh my gosh, love it. All right, let me turn it off before I forget. And so 5 sets of these times 4 means I'll end up with 20 lanterns, which should be a decent amount for a layout. What's something else I want to look at right away? This watchtower for sure, because this is going to be my first foray into castles. We even have a little castle advert here. Very nice. And then, of course, everything is going to be in these baggies. So let me undo the baggies and we'll be back. All right, everything is now unbaggied, and I have you over here so we can take a look at this together and see how I fumble through it. Some of these were already pre-constructed, but look at the magnets in there. You can see the magnets along the bottom of the walls and on the side of the wall, and the metal plates on the floors. So these will slide in very nicely. So we have this whole floor. Look at the detailing on that stone. Now the lighting, unfortunately, let me zoom in, doesn't give the best lighting in here. In real life, this is a very nice little stone effect. You can kind of see that in the camera. It just seems like the light from outside is really making this bright. Here we have the door wall. Very nice. And actually, the door has a different design on the inside and the outside. So we have to construct the bottom floor, but here are... what floor would this be? We have this floor. Unless that is the bottom floor. Maybe that's the case. No, I don't know. Maybe it is. Do we have another quarter wall? Yeah, there we go. So this floor has no trapdoors or anything. It just has the door. Here are some little stairs, probably to go right along with it. We also have a couple accessories. A ladder. I don't know if you actually saw that or not. The ladder and a flag, which you could do your own design on if you wanted to do something like that, and a flag stand. Very cool. We also had a second flag stand, and I noticed that in the inventory for this set. I have no idea what that was for. So let me go ahead and put this together, and we'll be back. Never mind, I changed my mind. We're going to stick with it. I was thinking if I was doing this unboxing video, people can skip ahead if they want to see the next thing. And I was thinking about doing a separate video just building this little watchtower. But no, let's just stick with it. So this floor with the trapdoor, I believe, is actually the top floor. So we are going to put these crenellations around it. There should be 4 of them. There are magnets, but they are somewhat friction fit as well, actually. The tabs that fit into the floors. So something like this. Like that. So here is the top floor with the working trapdoor where the ladder can go down. So if you want to get up to that top floor, you can. But otherwise... the other floors are super simple because they're just this Pac-Man piece with just 2 halves. I mean, it can't be any simpler than that. One floor has these arrow slit windows, The other does not. And then we also have 2 of these rounded stair pieces, which are fantastic. So I might want to do, you know, a stair like that, which means when I put this floor on top of it, I'm going to want to line it up so that those stairs, I don't know if you're going to be able to actually see this or not, so that the stairs are matching up with the opening there. Just like now, I'm going to put maybe some stairs on this side so that I can pop this floor up top here. And then the stairs are leading right up to that side. And then here's the tower so far. And then we can put this top on basically almost any way we want, but I do want those archways to kind of be atop the arrow slit windows. Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Look at our tower. Oh my gosh, it is absolutely gorgeous. So the arrow slits, you could have the arrow slit floor down one, but I was thinking maybe I would just have the arrow slit floors toward, or the arrow slit walls toward the top, which is how I think it looks in the picture anyway. And we have our door down below with this. Now these go around the outside, something like that. So it's almost kind of a base, a ground level base. Now those don't connect to it. Whoops, I stopped recording for a sec. So those do not move with the tower. So if you move the tower around, you're going to have to take those with it. But look how freaking awesome that tower looks. Oh my gosh. And then, of course, you can stick your flag on top. And whatever else this is for, again, I have no clue why you get a second one of those. But, and then also the ladder down through the trapdoor to the floor below. I keep taking this off the tripod. But look at that. How gorgeous is this? I can't remember how much this was. It wasn't a whole lot. It was like 130 or less for this entire pre-painted watchtower that could not be simpler, could not be better looking, honestly. And you have access to every single floor. So now you take the top off, and now you have access to this floor. Take that off, you have access to that floor. It could not be simpler. I absolutely love it. So that was my first foray into Dwarven Forge castle pieces. And I gotta say, I am loving it. All right, so now that I've messed this completely up, I want to keep it together and just shuffle it off to the side so that we can move on to the next thing, which I think the next most exciting thing is Zaltar's game room. Where is my knife? Hold on. Okay, and we are back with Zaltar's game room unboxing. And actually, I don't know why I turned the camera back on now, because once again, I'm going to go through here and empty all the pieces out of these plastic containers, plastic baggies. Here's another thank you note. Very nice. There are so many cool pieces in this. Look at this. This is a LED. This is a 2x4 wall with 2 LED slots in the sides. Oh my gosh. Let me unbag this and we'll be back. Alright folks, Zaltar's game room has been unboxed and unbaggied. You get a decent amount of pieces. I'm not going to go through everything, but you obviously get 4 of the corner. But look at these. These are my first ever vaulted dungeon pieces. I absolutely love them. I love my non-vaulted pieces as well, but I think if I ever do special chambers or anything, but I got, 10 sets that now have the vaulted pieces in there. So I can do probably a decent sized standalone dungeon completely with the vaulted pieces, which I absolutely love. And anyway, so, and they have the magnets on the bottom, which is very cool. So we have 4 corners, 2 straight walls that are both LED equipped. We again have that wall we showed earlier. We have the double doors, very cool, which the doors can be exchanged. And actually have a different design on the front and the back. This top piece lifts off. I'll just go ahead and do it now. I don't necessarily like doing that all the time because then you have to reline up the pins for the doors, but yeah, it just looks so freaking cool. We also have 3 straight walls, and you say, Rick, what about isn't there a 4th over there? Actually, no, this is the secret wall that you can exchange with this barred gate. Why does that look kind of out of focus? I think it's because of this. It keeps focusing on this, which can you blame it? Because there you have it, a 4x4 beautiful floor. It actually has some corner posts. I heard that you could use the city builder corner posts in those to raise this up a bit, but otherwise just as a standalone floor it looks awesome. We have a couple of these new, well, they're not new anymore, they're new to me, passageway freestanding wall pieces, so you can do something like that. Of course, we got a couple sets of those, and more of these floors. And these upgraded floors, upgraded I should say, updated, have the brick carving work in them all the way around and the magnet in the bottom. We have some of these diagonal pieces. Now, one thing I did not get were any of the diagonal back end pieces, because I love building using both sides of the wall. That's the only kind of downside to the vaulted pieces, is that the backs are just, you know, plain, which are still very nice. But typically when I build a dungeon, I use both sides of a wall in a lot of instances, and that's not a huge deal. It just means some rooms are going to be vaulted and some aren't. So many of these little accessory pieces. I love this table. There's so much little detail all around that table, but it also has a little Dwarven Forge layout. How freaking cool is that? Love it. And of course we have the throne, which looks absolutely glorious. We have the crossbow trap that goes on the magnetic wall. This one's not magnetic. This one is. Yeah, they have on the bottom of the walls that are magnetic or have a metal thing inside. They'll say that on there so you can see that. Yeah, absolutely love that. And just a standalone door. Very cool. And these are some of my absolute favorite pieces of all time. Why? Because normally when you're doing just like a room, you are going to have, where's my single door at? You could do something like this, but let's say you wanted, because that's a 6 wide, if you wanted to have, let's say an 8 wide, you'd have, you know, the doors offset from the center. Not anymore, because now you have these ones. And now you can have an 8 wide, but it is with the door centered in the middle. How freaking cool is that? I love it. It's things like this that I absolutely love. And then some of my favorite accessory pieces are these weapon racks. Yes. And then a whole bunch of the LED components. You get 4 of the serpent head orbs and 4 of the standard torch. Very cool, right? So I'm not going to put this all together. Instead, what I'd like to do now is just simply unbox literally everything, unbaggy everything, and do an entire huge table full of this Dwarven Forge stuff, and we will wrap it up. Okay, folks, we are back and we've unboxed it all. Can you believe it? We went live, so hopefully you joined the live feed, and we unboxed and unbagged everything. Look at all of this. This is over 50 pounds of Dwarven Forge. Is that not absolutely insane? So now I'm going to do another live, which of course doesn't help anybody watching this now, but I'm going to now try to do something, some semblance of a dungeon or something, just to give you an idea of what can be accomplished with this amount of pieces, and then we will be back to conclude this video. Alright folks, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching it as much as I enjoyed building it. It was absolutely fantastic. And now I need to go get more plastic tubs to store all of my new vaulted Dwarven Forge pieces. So thank you all so much for watching. I do truly appreciate it. And until next time.